This channel has been known to bring in the forefront some performances of talented actors in the country that is either not appreciated enough or never really got its due credit. This mainly has to do with the fact that majority of the films we're going to mention in this video were not massive box office hits or focused on aspects or topics that were way too offbeat for the masses in the country. One thing that cannot be discounted is that artists should be appreciated for taking up these unconventional roles, knowing the formula that works in order to make massive bank commercially. Discussing just some of the exceptional performances by very well-known actors we highly recommend you should revisit, here is Tried&Refused Productions, with 8 underrated performances by Bollywood stars no one talks about. AMITABH Bachchan in VIRUDDH, Family Comes First. One of my favorite Mahesh Manjrekar directed films and sadly one of the least talked about movies was the 2005 film VIRUDDH, Family Comes First. The film starring well-known actors like Amitabh Bachchan, John Abraham and Sharmila Tagore is a gripping tale that showcases the story of a family that has to face unforeseen circumstances of losing the closest thing in this world to them, their very own blood. The film portrays a very realistic and ugly state of affairs when it comes to our judicial system and the red tape and corruption that persists in many sections of our society. Are you an individual who knows the truth but will sit back and see the injustice being caused, or take matters into your own hands and do what is morally right? How long can an individual take advantage of their privilege without knowing that they will incur severe repercussions for their dreadful actions?
They can. और उसके लिए सिर्फ एक और सर्च वारंट काफी है. हमारी हिम्मत तोड़ने के लिए वो तुम्हारा इस्तेमाल करेंगे.
The film showcases some amazing performances, especially by Amitabh Bachchan, playing the role of a loving and resolute father who is ready to go leaps and bounds for his family, no questions asked. One of the performances that just proves to us what a capable and legendary actor he is. ANUPAM KHER in मैंने गांधी को नहीं मारा. This week we saw the first look of Accidental Prime Minister, and ANUPAM KHER essaying the role of ex-Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, literally transforming himself into the individual. The actor is known to fully imbibe characters he portrays, and one such performance that exactly showcased that was his 2005 performance as Uttam Chaudhary in मैंने गांधी को नहीं मारा. The film portrays the deterioration of the human condition as a man is diagnosed with dementia. The false narrative that plays in the individual's head, which is beyond his control, leads to a very intense and depressing journey of Chaudhary, from imagining that a toy gun has definitely led to the assassination of the father of the nation, to believing his house is a jail and the food he is being served is poison. This film is definitely not for the faint-hearted, and there is no doubt in the fact that Anupam Kher is exceptional in every frame. MANOJ BAJPAYEE in UX. One of the most fascinating, unique and misunderstood films in Bollywood has to be the supernatural film that released in 2001 titled UX. You would be shocked to even believe that Rakesh Om Prakash Mehra, the director of Rang De Basanti, created this gem and no one talks about it. The fact that actors like Amitabh Bachchan and MANOJ BAJPAYEE said yes to this film is just a prime example of the openness to do creative projects. A film which showcases a story of a cop and a psychotic killer. Symbolically a story between the hunter and the hunted. Sensitive information that can decide the fate of a nation, and conflict that arises between two principal characters leads to a supernatural effect of souls entering bodies that will literally make your jaw drop. Something that you would have never expected in the film, but is executed so well that you will be fully engrossed.
लेकिन तुम्हारी एक चीज मेरे कब्जे के बाहर है. क्या?
Films like this are an absolute dearth in the industry, and Manoj Bajpayee as the mysterious, mad and unpredictable Raghavan is bone-chillingly scary. We highly recommend this one. PANKAJ in EKRUKA FAISLA. An official remake of the outstanding 1957 film 12 Angry Men was the 1986 Basu Chatterjee directed film EKRUKA FAISLA. The film showcases a discussion of a case involving a teenage boy who has been accused of stabbing his father to death by 12 jurors after all the final closing arguments have been made. All the jurors are of the belief that the child is guilty, except one, which leads to several discussions and conclusions according to the evidence that is presented. PANKAJ as juror number 3, who has his own personal issues that are getting projected in the case, and the jury's decision, stands out as one of the most unique characters in the big group.
जिस लड़के के लिए अभी आपने बेकसूर का वोट दिया है, उस लड़के को इसी चाकू से अपने बाप का सीना चेक करते हुए देखा गया. देखिए इसे गौर से.
His character, demeanor and body language just is a testament on the fact how long the actor has been taking up challenging roles. The film is extremely exhilarating even for its time, and will make you wonder what the eventual verdict is till the very end. Nasruddin Shah in Albert Pinto Ko Gussa Kyun Aata Hai. Saeed Akhtar Mirza is one of the most talented directors of his generation, a director that focused on many social issues that were prevalent in India. Through the spectacular 1980 film Albert Pinto Ko Gussa Kyun Aata Hai, the director showcased the angst and aspirations of the working class and the dilemma that Albert, played by Nasruddin Shah, goes through. Is it worth it just to be a good worker? A journey which will lead you to ultimate success and riches? Or is it important to question the practices of capitalist owners, join hands with the working class and fight against the atrocities and conditions they are subjected to? A young Nasruddin Shah beautifully performs this constant inner battle that a Christian boy from Goa, working as a mechanic in Bombay, goes through.
अंकल, बाहर का कंट्री में तो 2 दिन में फोन मिल जाता है और इधर तो फोन तो छोड़ो 2 बरस तक गैस नहीं मिलता चूल्हा जलाने के लिए गैस नहीं मिलता लोग बाग खाएंगे क्या हवा
When we had some brainless content being produced in the 80s, actors like Shah were still doing relevant and important stories on the big screen. TISCA Chopra in The Hungry. A film that many people don't know about is the 2017 Bornala Chatterjee directed film The Hungry, an official adaptation of the bloodiest and gory Shakespearean play Titus Andronicus. It is one of Shakespeare's least celebrated films just because of the lack of redeeming characters in the entire premise and the sheer greed for power that characters have, irrespective of whom they have to annihilate in the process. TISCA Chopra is Tulsi Joshi getting married to a much younger Sunny Ahuja, mainly due to the financial benefits the association will entail, is much more complicated than it seems on the surface. A series of cold-blooded murders posed as accidents, and each character being layered to the point you cannot trust anyone, as everyone has their own ulterior motive. TISCA Chopra is calculated, stoic, and very clear on her ultimate agenda, proving to us very clearly that she is an actor that deserves way more credit than she receives. SHABANA AZMI in Godmother. One of the most interesting projects in Bollywood was the 1999 film directed by Vinay Shukla titled Godmother, a film loosely based on the life of Santokh Ben Jadeja. A couple, Rambhi played by SHABANA AZMI and Veeram played by Milind Gujani, due to droughts have to shift base to a town. Here, Veeram through several events comes in conflict with a foreman who is prejudiced against his caste and kills him. The police turns a blind eye to the event and Veeram slowly grows in power. But this ascension in power is brief and he gets assassinated. Rambhi, who has been a house worker since, comes in the forefront and is an individual who is not scared to do the dirty work in politics and gang conflict.
किस भाई सुना अपने सासण में बहुत अच्छा फार्म हाउस बनाया है मैं इलेक्शन जीत गई तो जड़ सा वहीं करेंगे
A character whose moral compass will not match any of ours, yet SHABANA AZMI's portrayal of the notorious character will surely impress you. Even though the film is not subtle in its portrayal of the underbelly marred by constant violence, it's thoroughly entertaining. RADHIKA APTE in PHOBIA. One of the most underrated films in recent years definitely has to go to the psychological thriller titled PHOBIA, which released in 2016. A film which also proves that RADHIKA APTE is one of our favorites currently working in the Hindi film industry. The film which takes a look at a talented artist who due to a traumatic event suffers through agoraphobia, which is the fear to be in public places and socially interact with a large number of strangers. The film sheds light on many aspects, from troubled pasts, a mysterious disappearance, and isolation leading to living vicariously through someone else's vision. How all of this mentally affects Apte's character Mehak creates an atmosphere in the film which will suck you in completely. It will keep you wondering till the second half and trust me, will shock you what eventually transpires. A film that sadly didn't do well financially but is worth a watch. And that was the list, guys. Write it down in the comments below if you have some video ideas for our channel. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.